What's going on there, YouTube? And welcome to Fresh Comic Stories. Guys, this is the channel that we basically sit down and cover different kinds of comic book stories. Now, guys, today we are going to jump back over to Marvel. And matter of fact, we are going to wrap up our coverage over the Weapon X storyline, the original Weapon X storyline that basically tells us what Weapon X did to Wolverine. We get all the small little details in this storyline. So if you do like today's video, please hit that like button down below and also subscribe for more comic book stories like this in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But guys, let's go ahead and dive into the second half of the Weapon X storyline. The story starts off by picking up where the last video left off at, where we see that Wolverine has somehow broken free, and now he's running loose in the Weapon X building. Now remember, the three big scientists of the Weapon X project are Truett Hudson, Abraham Cornelius, and Carol Hines. Except right now you have Cornelius and Hines in one lab while Hudson is in a different lab, and they are all watching Wolverine just cutting up the guards left and right. Like they are watching Wolverine kill every single guard in his path. And while Wolverine is on the killing spree, you have the guards begging Truett Hudson to let them use lethal weapons that could put down Wolverine. Cornelius and Hines are also waiting for Hudson to say yes, except Hudson is not answering because he's on the phone right now with this mysterious person we learned about in our last video, where we see that this mysterious man played a hand in Wolverine being free now. But before Hudson is able to ask what he should do next, that is when Wolverine arrives in the lab where Hudson is hiding at. And that leads to Cornelius telling the guards they have the clearance to basically use lethal weapons on Wolverine, and hoping to stop him finally, because right now he had already killed a pretty good number of people. Also, they need to move fast to save Hudson. Except with all the guards getting there, it doesn't even matter at all, because Wolverine was able to kill every single guard they threw at him. It is a freaking bloodbath. And also we see that Wolverine is able to cut the arm off of Truett Hudson. Now Hudson is lucky enough because the other two professors, Cornelius and Hines, came in and got him, and they were all able to get away from Wolverine because he was still busy killing the guards left and right in the room. This leads to all of them running into another lab and trying to figure out what in the world they can do to stop Wolverine, because right now they are literally the only three people left at this point. And so right now they're trying to figure out how in the world they are going to get out of this mess. You even have Truett Hudson call up the mysterious person he has been working with this whole time behind the scenes. Hudson is hoping that this mysterious fourth person can help him out and save them before Wolverine ends up killing them as well. Because they know that even though they lock themselves in a room, this is not going to stop Wolverine at all. The dual claws are coated with the toughest metal in the Marvel universe. And of course, that's when they realize that Wolverine is already in the room with them. Of course, this leads into Hudson pushing Cornelius towards Wolverine, because Cornelius found a gun and he was planning to use it against Wolverine, which would not have worked. But with Hudson pushing Cornelius towards Wolverine, of course you know what is going to happen next. Wolverine kills Cornelius just like that. I mean, this is Wolverine, a man who was made into a weapon to fight against a scientist who I'm pretty sure never been in a fight before in his whole life. But now Cornelius is dead, and this leads Hudson and Hines to run away before Wolverine stabs them next. This leads to Hines and Hudson running into another room and hoping that this room will be able to stop Wolverine, because in this room there is some kind of fusion core thing. Not going to lie, I don't know what this machine is, and go ahead and make fun of me in the comments below. But basically, the goal is to get Wolverine in this room, but underneath this core. And that is when the core will just basically let out all of these flames and hoping to kill Wolverine. Now, this is where you have Truett Hudson and Carol Hines make it to the command room of the lab, where you have Truett Hudson tell Carol Hines that she is going to be used as bait as a way to lure Wolverine underneath the core. So that is when Truett Hudson can pull the lever and let the flames of this device kill Wolverine. And so you have Hudson just push Carol Hines down into the lower part of the room right underneath the core. Now this of course leads into Hudson just watching Hines getting back up, and of course Wolverine is in the room now and heading straight towards Hines. And so of course Hudson's plan is working, and it does seem like that maybe he'll be able to defeat Wolverine. And he actually just waits for Wolverine to get at the right spot, and he then pulls the lever. And then you have all these flames just come down on Wolverine, and it seems like Wolverine is about to be cooked up and done. Now you know very well that this is not going to work at all, because again, this is Wolverine. This leads to the next few pages where Hudson realized that he did not kill Wolverine, that Wolverine is alive and well, and now it is his turn to die. And so you have Wolverine do exactly that. Wolverine just starts slashing away at Hudson. For example, cuts off his hand, stabs him a few times as well to make it believable that he is going to die right here and now by the hands of Wolverine. And you then have Wolverine throw his body into the lower section of the fusion core room where there are still flames down there and kills Hudson off. And so Wolverine is able to complete his goal here. And this leads to Wolverine wandering around the Weapon X building after killing everybody who was part of the Weapon X project. And while he is wandering around the building, he starts to hear voices. And these voices are actually the people of the Weapon X program. Hudson, Cornelius, Hines, and all of the guards of the program. How they talked about him being a weapon, being a beast, and all the killings he has done so far in this storyline. Like everything that had been said is being replayed in his mind, stating that he heard almost everything that was stated about him. Also, this led into his mind just going crazy, showing how like with everything they have done to him so far, and also the fact they mess with his mind so much that reality around him starts to change and he sees crazy things around him. This all leads to him wandering outside and seeing a random panther, making it seem like that he is outside now and the only thing that's in his way is this panther. And so if he kills this panther, well, after that, he's going to wander around the world. This is where we see that ever since from the point of Wolverine breaking out of his prison all the way up to now was all fake. Well, except the panther, that this was some kind of mind test to watch and see how Wolverine would work when he is facing different kinds of odds. Also to see his hunting skills as well. Like this was basically a mind test. Of course, for the Weapon X team, this was a successful test and they sent out guards to recapture Wolverine. And so you would think that this means we're going to see more of Weapon X working on Wolverine. Except we don't, because while you have the big three scientists talking to one another in the lab and stop observing Wolverine, well, Wolverine killed the guards that were sent out to recapture him. And so of course, when they decide to check back up on the guards, they don't see Wolverine in the guards. And it leads them to wonder, where in the world is Wolverine? If he's not on the screen, well, where in the world is he then? Well, of course, he breaks into the room where the scientists were hiding in. And the story closes, leaving us to wonder if they were able to escape or Wolverine killed them off as well. And this is where we are going to end today's video. So guys, please leave me a like down below and also subscribe for more comic book videos like this in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read? Well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But guys, I'm out of here and I will see you on the next comic book video. Later, guys.